Get ready for a never-ending football season. Robots are coming for the referees' jobs. And who was the least likely quarterback to enter the 2024 presidential race? Wrong, it was Aaron Rodgers. And for the next few days at least, the threat hangs over us all. Plus, I tell you which NFL fan base is about to lose their fingers and toes. Hello everybody, thanks for joining us. Welcome to Shut Up Football. I'm Jeff Stoltzfus. That's Kevin. The NFL's free agency period is going down right now, and it's very important. But it's not very funny. So let's find some news that is. The cost of attending an NFL game just went up. Last season's playoff game in Arrowhead between the Chiefs and the Dolphins saw temperatures of -4 degrees Fahrenheit. Several ambulances were called out and fans were taken to the hospital for frostbite and hypothermia. But just recently, it was reported that 70% of those fans are being recommended to undergo amputations. This isn't what I meant when I said we could do with less Chiefs fans. This is a dumb way to lose your toes. Do it like a true American. From type 2 diabetes and irresponsible gunplay. Even the ones that aren't getting chopped are still going to deal with ongoing health problems like nerve damage, persistent pain, and that thing that makes Patrick Mahomes talk like that.
I think it just shows the love that we have for the game and for each other.
Who is Jarne Bareen? A Redditor combined the names of every NFL player in history. That's over 27,000 names, past and present. He took the most common letter at each spot, and when the number of letters dropped below 50%, he ended the name. All this led him to create the one true name for every NFL player to ever play the game, Jarne Bareen. This is what the offseason does to us. There's no story here. I don't even have a joke. I read this information and I couldn't shoulder the burden of knowing alone, so I shared it with you. It's like The Ring, but the curse is trivia. Break out your shocked face. The NFL wants to go to 18 games. The rumor is they plan to actively seek this during the next collective bargaining agreement with the Players Association, which is set for 2030. The idea is to cut the preseason to 2 games and increase the regular season to 18 games. You know what? Fuck the preseason, kill it all and just go to 20 games. Am I being hyperbolic? Nope. That's actually been suggested because, money. They'd push the trade deadline back and add a second bye week, which they're gonna need when they start playing games on the moon. The future looks fun. This has got to infuriate Tom Brady, who played well into his 60s to collect every quarterback record he could, only to watch them all get pissed away in his lifetime by sheer volume. Lesser quarterbacks of the future will pass his achievements. On the flip side, it sounds like the 72 Dolphins' perfect season will never be equaled. 14 games? You mean mid-season? More games means more chances for the players to get seriously injured. The only way I can condone this sort of cash grab is if all NFL teams add a hospital to their stadiums. Forget ambulances. I want a conveyor belt just like at the airport, piping our human luggage directly from the field to the ACL store. They can even pass through an MRI tunnel of love on the way. The on-the-field measuring duties in the NFL could soon be replaced. The NFL tested camera technology last season that tracked player and football positioning. This would help limit human error for on-the-field measurements, like a QB sneak that turns into a giant pile of elbows and assholes, which I believe is what hot dogs are made of. It's not a big leap. There's already 2 to 3 RFID tags installed in the players' shoulder pads, plus officials. Wait, they put them in the officials? Bruce. Pylons, sticks, chains, and the ball. That's how they track their next-gen stats. In fact, the USFL already used the technology to spot the ball in games back in 2022. But it's not the only smart tech that might be introduced to the game. Officials could also see smartwatches that buzz to signal when the play clock is expired, marking an official delay of game. That's right, they've achieved watch technology. All of this could come as early as this season. They just need to vote on it. So say goodbye to that inefficient chain gang. Soon we'll only have to worry about Russian hackers. Texans tight end Dalton Schultz recently spoke out about the culture difference he experienced while with the Cowboys.
There's people literally going on tours while you're lifting in the weight room, and they've got like a one-way mirror for people to like look at. Like it's a zoo, dude. There's people tapping on the glass, like trying to get people's attention as they're doing, power cleans or whatnot. And
I've never thought of the Cowboys as a zoo. I've always thought of them as more like a circus, and Jerry was the ringleader. What I like most about Dalton's anecdote is that people on the tour are tapping on the glass of a one-way mirror. Meaning while you're trying to snatch and clean, I didn't name it, there's a mirror making noises because of someone they can't see. I would absolutely fuck with the rookies on that. Welcome to the weight room. It opens at 6 a.m., clean towels are over there, and the mirrors are haunted by the souls of former players trying to escape. The Bears are getting a new stadium, but they won't be rocking the suburbs in Arlington Heights like everyone thought. A new proposal keeps them in the city and on the lakefront, close to where Soldier Field is now. What's intriguing-est about this, it's gonna be a dome! I'm a huge fan of domes, whether they be Super or Thunder, and now that we know amputations are in the mix for your post-game memories, I think a dome is a smart decision. Bears fans get to keep their fingers, which they'll need for their team. Bears president Kevin Warren, seen here after a dare to make Bill Cosby face and say hubba bubba, released a statement.
The future stadium of the Chicago Bears will bring a transformative opportunity to our region.
This means Chicago could host big events like basketball tournaments and future Super Bowls. We'll also bring jobs to the area, unless your name is Justin Fields. Bill Belichick would have normally been at the Combine 2 weeks ago, but now that he's unemployed, he can spend his time on the simple pleasures, like cheerleading competitions. Coach Grumpy Cat was sighted at the Coastal at the Capitol Cheer and Dance event in National Harbor, Maryland. The Sun called it a rare sighting for the coach, like he's a spotted warbler, bird reference, and what's with the choice of photo? It looks like he got caught in a sprinkler outside a Men's Warehouse. This is what he actually looked like at the event. He looks so happy, like he just cut one, and he's waiting for whoever took this picture to figure it out. Nobody knows why he was at the event, but I assume beginning phase 2 of his illustrious career. Don't be surprised when he takes a ragtag group of young cheerleaders to nationals next year. All I know is, they better shoot that shit for Netflix. I can't wait to see how he inspires young minds on the road to a championship and/or a great character-building failure.
You're the best of us, Becky. On to Cincinnati.
Well, we finally have proof that college football is rigged, thanks to former Vanderbilt quarterback Mo Hasan.
I was approached at Jason Aldean's bar in Nashville by the Italian mob.
What?
To fix football games. He goes, yo, you're so-so, you're Mo.
Wait, he knew who you were?
Yes.
This is a pretty unbelievable story, but somebody actually knew who Mo Hasan was. He said most of the SEC is rigged. Of course, he also said,
Like Al Capone?
I don't know.
You didn't know if it was Al Capone? Well, he died in 1947, so let's assume it wasn't Al Capone. Unless his ashy bones rose from the grave to fix games for the Commodores via a backup quarterback who only threw 17 passes. Very sneaky, that mafia. A lot of patience. Or maybe, this makes perfect sense. Who's closer to the team's Gatorade cooler than the backup quarterback? He'd have easy access to dump buckets of liquid Viagra into the mix. You know how hard it is to run with a boner? Do you? Flawless segue to, a woman claims that Dak Prescott sexually assaulted her after his rookie season. That was over 7 years ago. Why are we only hearing about this now? Because Dak Prescott is suing the shit out of her and her lawyers after they allegedly tried to extort $100 million from him. Now, I'm no numbers expert, but it does sound a little extorty. For reference, the Pixar film Monsters University had a budget of $200 million, so she was trying to get a half of Monsters University out of him. Now, if you watch this channel during the season, you know that I take any shot that I can at Deshaun Watson, and that the Cowboys are my most hated team. The devil's taint of the NFL, if you will. 1 star? Nay. I say no stars, sir. But this doesn't feel credible. So don't expect me to blast Dak anytime soon over this. Dak is only seeking $1 million, which he plans to donate to a charity for victims of abuse created by Mariska Hargitay of Law & Order Special Victims Unit. Boom boom! And finally, Aaron Rodgers is going to be our next vice president. Or not. It's whatever. Presidential hopeful and completely sane human being Robert Kennedy Jr. is soon to announce his running mate. He said it's down to Jesse Ventura and Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, Kennedy said that he's been speaking to Rodgers pretty continuously over the last month. Sorry for your loss. Can Aaron Rodgers run for vice president and play for the Jets? Yes, he can! The mere idea itself should go to the Hall of Fame. Although, Rodgers did recently say he hopes to play 4 more years in the NFL. 4 more years! 4 more years! He also stressed removing any distractions from the locker room. But I guess RFK Jr. would go completely unnoticed in the weight room, so long as Rodgers convinces everybody to wear jeans. Thank you so much for watching Shut Up Football. Leave your comments below, say hi to your mom for me, and we'll catch you next time. Peace!
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
You know, the NFL's... Hey, how you doing? Let's hang out.
I like them French fried potatoes.
You know how hard it is to run with a boner? No follow-up questions.